Hello guys. Today we're gonna be looking at our storm potential for the Thursday night through Friday time frame. This storm has the potential to drop, let's say, a lot of snow, especially in eastern Massachusetts. First, let's start here at around hour 60. As you can see, we have a 1,003 millibar low pressure sitting to our northwest. Fast forward in time. Notice how energy is transferring when this when yeah, you see, when the 1003 millibar low pressure transfers down to the 1005 low pressure right over Maryland. After this transfer, notice how the storm begins to develop more rapidly. As the storm develops more rapidly, there's going to be a bombogenesis. With this, there's going to be some intense precipitation in eastern Massachusetts and maybe central Massachusetts. But right now I'm favoring the heaviest of snow in eastern Massachusetts. Going to hour 90, still strengthening. 6 hours from hour 84 goes down from 96 all the way down to 977. That's a 9 millibar pressure change. That's a lot. Notice how snows are becoming more enhanced over eastern Massachusetts. Well, hour 96. Oh boy, this is a bomb. 970. Hour 102. Begin to taper away. This model the GFS model showing by around Friday 7 to 8 p.m. it begins to taper away. Still shows some light snow across Massachusetts areas. Now let's go to hour 108. It's over Canada, 958 storm. That's a huge storm. Now let's go look at QPF. Alright, so this is the QPF next 6 hours as our storm begins to taper off for today's storm. We may end up with an extra inch, but we turn our attention to the Thursday night time frame. So this is when it starts. Notice how the most precipitation so far is on eastern Massachusetts. Continue to hour 78. Continues to be over Massachusetts. 84. Gets more enhanced. It's around 0.7 QPF all across eastern Mass. Hour 90, 96, 102. That's over an inch of QPF. If you multiply that by 15, which is our ratios, that's a crap load of snow. Some areas may approach 2 or more feet of snow if this model is correct. Now, let's look at the other models, like the NAM. Okay, since the NAM is updated, we're just going to go right to the European Ensemble Prediction System, whatever that is. This is the mean for MSLP. Let's go right to hour 60. Well, hour 48. Notice how... Wait, hold on. Alright, no, that was correct. Alright, so hour 48. Here we go. High pressure to the north. That supplies us with Arctic air. How many times have we seen this setup? Low pressure to our southeast. Even this model showing a couple inches. So at least we're going to see some impact. But notice how this is way out to sea. There's a different energy transfer. But both models show a very strong storm. Currently I'm favoring the global forecast system, the GFS, for this next system because it has been very consistent with this storm. And Euro has slowly been shifting west. Alright, let's go to hour 84. So you have storm to our east. That will be throwing in some moisture to our area. This could produce up to 6 inches in areas. GFS would produce over a foot, maybe up to 30 inches, 30 inches. Then by Sunday, look at this. It shows a full-out blizzard. It's like the GFS is showing for GFS is showing a blizzard for Thursday night and Friday. We have to be cautious. Friday for a snowstorm, Sunday for a snowstorm. Although the Friday snowstorm may be leaning toward Thursday night. Alright, now let's look at the low locations for a storm. Notice how there's a few closer lows on the north side. That will give us a snowstorm for Friday. It could be quite impressive if those are, if those verify, I'll say. Notice how there's quite a few near Cape Cod. That concerns me, because if it comes that close, it could be a rainstorm. There are two clusters too. There's a cluster over here, and over here. Then there's a cluster near the center. Both areas need to be watched. Any questions? Ask me on Twitter. Have a great evening. Peace out.